Hello, beautiful petites. Welcome to another episode of EP Weekly. Everything that's going on in Ever Petite is right here, so I thank you for tuning in. And please remember, your height has nothing to do with impact. First, let's start off with an update of what's going on in Ever Petite, where we're at, how we gauge in, how many members we got, because you guys are part of this. You are a part of the Ever Petite movement, and I thank you. So here's what's going on. So this week, why are small sizes always left out? And we're talking about feet. So let's dive right into it. Shoes, zapatos, my preciouses. If you are under size 6, you already know options are kind of a joke. Picture this. You walk into a shoe store and everywhere you look, size 6 and plus. And most of anything that's size 6 and under is out of stock. It gets old, right? If you're a 5.5 or smaller, you're pretty much invisible. I wear 5.5, 6. Sometimes I will squeeze myself into a 5. Sometimes I'll buy a 6.5 and just stuff it a little bit. Sometimes I just give up. And yet, over 50% of women globally wear size 6.5 or smaller. So why does it feel like we don't exist? This week, let's dive into the forgotten shoe market because the industry is literally passing on us. So let's fix that. So let's talk numbers because when it comes to women's shoes, the data is loud and somehow the fashion industry still isn't listening. So here's what we know. The average shoe size for women in the U.S. is between 8.5 and 9. Definitely not a 6, right? But you know what's funny? Over 30% of women still wear a size 6 or below, with a massive chunk of that grouped wearing between 5 and 6.5, depending on region and ethnicity. So globally, in places like Japan and Southeast Asia, the average shoe size is even smaller. So it's between 6 and 7 in U.S. sizing. And petite women, especially women 5'4" and under, their average shoe size is closer to a 5.5 to a 6. And yet, most mainstream brands stop producing at size 6. They don't go below it. So if they do carry smaller sizes, they don't restock it. I'm serious. Like once that bitch is out, hunty. You out of luck. Some even skip half sizes altogether. So it leaves thousands of women wondering, did I just disappear? Do my feet not exist? Is my money not just as green? Here's where it gets even more redonkulous. Half sizes between 4.5 and 6 are among the first to sell out. The sell off. But they're never restocked because fashion brands claim there's not enough demand. There's demand. We're talking about millions of women worldwide. Millions. But somehow, still not worth producing for. Honey, that's not a niche. That's a missed opportunity. I love shoes, especially the high stilettos. Don't judge me. I bought shoes simply because they've existed, and y'all can see that in my closet. And we'll get into it more when the Closet Chronicles coming soon. But seriously, my flash sale closet is full of clearance Cinderella moments, that fit like pumpkins instead of the beautiful glass zippers because I'm just settling. And you know the ones, you find it in the sale rack at DSW. They aren't great, but they aren't bad. And at 60% off, you're going to make that 5.5 fit. You're going to make that 5 even fit. Some are fabulous, some are questionable, but all of them exist because the moment I saw my size, I was like, I had to grab them. Like, what else is there, right? Either it's going to be sold out or I'm going to end up wearing Frumpy McFrump shoes. Because when it comes to shoes, it's not just about size, it's about visibility, right? A pair of shoes can ruin your whole outfit. If your size isn't even on the rack, the message is clear. You don't matter. So why are we being skipped? Seriously. They say it's cost saving. Making more size ranges equals more molds, more shoes, more cost. Then there's, of course, the inventory myth. Brands assume that petite women won't buy in volume. We've been begging for it. Then there's visibility. When fashion shows ignore short models, the short feet get ignored too. You don't see short models? And then, of course, there's a cultural bias. In the U.S., taller, bigger equals more powerful. Smaller don't. Now, if you think small shoe sizes are rare, think again. Some of the most iconic women in pop culture actually rock a size 5 or smaller. And you never know unless you were raiding their closet, which I would genuinely love to. Please invite me, friends. Thank you. Let's run through a few petite powerhouses who prove small feet doesn't mean small presence. Miss Dolly Parton, country royalty, quit playing with her. She wears a 5.5 and has her heels custom made. I would expect nothing less from Dolly. And you know she's not settling for flats, okay? Miss Dolly don't play. Christina Aguilera, pop diva in every sense. She's a 5 to a 5.5. And yes, her shoe collection, I've been told, is legendary. Invite me over, Christina. Kourtney Kardashian, my favorite Kardashian, the tiniest at 5 feet even. She wears a size 5, 5.5. Petite, polished, and never underdressed. Don't play with her. Lil' Kim, she wears a 4.5 to 5. And she once had to wear runway shoes, multiple sizes too big just to make it work. And please believe, Lil' Kim, she don't play. She made it work. That's dedication. She knew what she had to do. Rachel Bilson, I think is how you say her name is. She's known for her effortless style. She wears a size 5, and her stylist literally keeps a backup of shoes archived just for her because she knows no one's seeing her. Hayden Panettiere, another petite powerhouse with size 5 feet. Her red carpet heels are always on point. She never misses. And then y'all know Lil Crazy, Lil Snooki, reality TV's tiniest tornado, clocking in at a size 5. She's loud, proud, and always in literally thigh-high platforms. I don't know how she finds them. Small feet, big energy. And if these celebrities find their shoes can't find shoes without special ordering them or making them, I genuinely don't know what luck us people have. Open up, fashion industry. We exist. So you want proof that the demand is there? There was an indie shoe brand that briefly carried extended petite sizes online. I'm talking like sizes 4s. I think they even carried like 3s. And they saw a 17% higher sell-through rate on small sizes than on standard ones. So you heard it right. The smallest sizes were flying off the shelf faster than anything else. So just imagine if more brands gave the same space or the same shelf space even they gave everyone else. Spoiler alert, they make more money. Lots of it, because we desperate for small shoes. But not everyone has forgotten about us little feet people. Here's your petite friendly foot list. Cinderella of Boston. They carry sizes 2 to 6. Thank you, Cinderella of Boston. Pretty small shoes for glam heels in tiny sizes. Vivia and Rothy's. Sustainable with small size options. And Nordstrom's and Zappos. Best filtering for like 4.5. A quick tip, filter first. When you get to them websites, filter first by size to avoid the heartbreak of falling in love with a pair of shoes, only to find they don't care about your shoe size. I fall for it all the time. Don't be a me. Be better. All right, your turn. What's the smallest shoe size you've ever bought? Have you ever bought a pair of shoes just because they existed? And if you ever actually found your dream shoes in a size 5 or smaller, please tag the brand. I want to shout them out. I want to give them their props. I want to represent for them. Drop your comments below or post it in our community. If you haven't joined the Circle community, join us. Be a part of the movement that's going to cause a shift in the fashion industry. You won't regret it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed all the shenanigans. And I hope I encouraged you to like, subscribe, join, tell your little short friends. I am signing out for the Tiny Feet segment. We are petite, we are powerful, and sometimes we are painfully hard to shop for. See you next week on EP Weekly.